What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Trunk Fresh Green 34, and today we are reviewing Braker Boggs, the Thunder Hollow Pitty from Cars 3. So yes, it wasn't just about cars on the road in 2023, we actually did get a new release from the film trilogy, just one though, and that was the much anticipated Thunder Hollow Pitty, because I feel like this was a release that just should have come out many years ago. I don't know. I'm just surprised it took them this long. I'm more surprised that they still haven't done the Thunder Hollow announcer. I really feel like that should be like on the way, right? Especially after getting the pity finally, because he actually has like a speaking line in the movie. But granted, there are other Cars 3 characters that have a speaking line in the movie that just straight up also haven't been released. Like Brickyardly's sponsor, I think that's probably the most notable one. And there's others, I'm sure. But yeah, very, very strange stuff. But I'm super glad that we did get something new that wasn't from on the road. I think it was kind of a nice change of pace. So yeah. Of course, Braker here is not on the road packaging, but rather he's on the Red Riders packaging, specifically the stadium background. I really do think they should just simplify this and have everything be on the stadium background, because they're still trying to do the balance between stadium and desert. I think it just makes more sense to put everything on the stadium regardless of what it is. I just feel like that makes way more sense, but hey, what do I know, right? He doesn't say new for 2023, even though he should, but he does come with a big warning choking hazard box here, which I'm assuming is the reason why he doesn't say it, because normally on the Red Riders background, the new logo goes like in this area, but they could have moved it to this other side. Like there's room over here and they could have put it, or they could have even put it in the corner here like they do on the road packages. Lots of options. Mattel just wanted the easy way out, I guess. Of course, we got As Seen in Cars 3 with Jet Robinson, Ryan Inside Laney, Duke Coulters, Jackson Storm, and Noah Gochek. It's really weird how there's like no car in the corner here. This feels very empty. I don't like it. And then, of course, here, there's no car here either. Instead, we have more of the warning text, this time in another language. So yeah, this package only has 5 cars on the back, which they don't do very often, if ever. But yeah, that is it for the package, and I'll be right back with Braker all opened up. Alright, so Braker is out of the package, and he actually comes with an accessory, which is awesome. I love when they do this, kind of go the extra mile to include something new and kind of elevate the piece. I was talking about in my Mattel review how cars are so expensive now, and people might not want to buy such a small car if it doesn't come with anything, especially at the cost that they're at. Braker here, though, they add a lot of value to, because even though he's a tiny forklift, they actually give him something with him. And it's not just Braker that they've done this with as well. They've even toyed with this idea for like full-on singles, like Cruz's Francis Beltline in 2022 actually got a fire barrel as well. I don't know if this, I'm assuming this is just the same fire barrel from Cruz's release last year. I doubt they switched up the color or anything like that. But it feels heavier than like the original barrels that they did back in like 2017, 2018. Very interesting. So yeah, I'll run through this really quick. It's just a generic orange barrel with a really cool kind of translucent flame piece. Wow, that looks cool when the sun hits it. It just kind of glows. I like that. It does have a dent in it because of course it's at the Derby, and so it makes sense that a bunch of cars would be hitting it. And it is completely hollow on the inside, but it is pretty hard. Like it's a little squishy, but not really. It's a very firm structure. So yeah, really, really nice. Very, very good inclusion, and it's always fun to have more accessories to kind of build out your displays with. I know that's what I'll be doing with mine. If I ever get my Thunder Hollow cars displayed in a way where I can put the accessories with them, because right now they're not. My accessories for them are just in a little container somewhere, which is where that barrel is going. But now on to Braker himself, the main attraction. Generic smiley face number 4027. Really, really boring, not really dynamic at all, especially because the pitties in the movie have such a like fun expression when they take that picture with McQueen, Really does suck that wasn't translated over, unfortunately. Not a huge fan of that at all. But oh well, I'll live, I suppose. Now, Breaker here, he's got this like really kind of dark yellow color. Well, I guess it's not dark, but it's like a middle of the road color between light and dark yellow. But it has a ton of what I'm assuming is mud. I don't think this is rust. I think this is mud. And the mud placement is so weird because you've got some like up here around his window. And then you've got it like down in here, which, that makes sense. On the back here. And tons back here. Look at that spot. That's crazy. Again, same spots over here. But then there's like hints of mud on his face. Like you can see like faint brown coloring there too. Super weird. But I do like that they actually put a bunch of detailing on him. I know this is something I've talked about in my Road Rumbler reviews, is how they really go far with the details in terms of like rust and stuff. And it looks great. And I'm glad that they've carried that over to mud as well. Even the fenders, the plastic fenders, they actually went ahead and did mud on those as well. Even though they could have just left it plain yellow and made it look terrible, they opted for the better route. And I'm so happy that they did, because it looks infinitely better now. He's even got mud all around his rims, which isn't entirely accurate. I mean, look, even the base is all brown. That's a little lazy. Feels very reminiscent of those early Salt Flats racers, like Royce Revsley, Revo Cause, Stats Jammin', which I hate. I hate that they did that. The salty wheels, it looks terrible on them. Fortunately, though, they've seemingly done away with that with Gearston Marshall and now Speedcone. So hopefully they go back and correct those older ones. But unfortunately, they use that same tactic here for Breaker. But I'll give them a bit of a pass because there's like enough black around the like yellow rim piece to make it look somewhat fine. I guess like it looks okay. I'll take what I can get, I suppose. He does have a sticker, a crooked sticker, which is intentional, but it says Thunder Hollow Speedway. I believe that's the same image. Actually, no, it's not. I don't think it is. I was going to say it's the same image that they actually use in the background of the picture that they take with McQueen, but I don't believe it is. There's another sticker up in his window, but it is so small I can't even begin to decipher what it is. He's got an all-black cap. Absolutely nothing going on there. And he's got this piece in the back. I have no idea what this is, but whatever it is, there's a chip in it. Really don't like that. And you can kind of see it there. Really disappointing. I just recorded my Clutch Kringle review before this one, and there was some quality control. Wow, quality control issues with him too. I was kind of disappointed. And look, even like right there, oh my gosh, there's just a massive gash in his paint. Yeah, that's not mud detailing. That is a chip. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's dirt. And it looks like it was dirt on the gray piece as well. So I was able to just kind of scrape it off. Interesting. That's actually the same thing that happened to my Gearston Marshall. Earlier this year, I did a review on him, and I thought that he had like stuff on his nose that was like impossible to get off, but I was able to get it off eventually. But it's weird that Breaker here suffered the same problem. Very unusual. He has this like exposed vent here in the back. This is so random, and it is textured. I don't know why they would have put this here. I don't know what this does. Very interesting. And he also has these gray panels on the side as well, underneath the like, almost looks like some type of battery there. Very, very interesting. And then here is the base one more time, and the forks, which are perfect for holding the barrel. Just kidding, they're not long enough. You can tell it is not going to sit in right. And they're like pointed downward. You can kind of see the angle there. They're just straight up pointed downward. So they're not even going to remotely hold anything. So yeah, you bundle in an accessory, right? To kind of add some value to it, which is a great move. I absolutely applaud that move. I love that. But then you make it so that the kids can't like use it like in any creative way. It just has to be like a static piece. Unless you had Braker just like do this, I guess. But yeah, you can't even sit in the forklifts. At least like with the tire stacks that they used to do for Piston Cup racers, they had a hole in it, so you could kind of just like punch the tires with like the fork. Obviously, that's not realistic, but it at least allowed you to kind of move it around in some capacity. Here, you can't even do that, which is super weird. Not a fan of that, but I will say overall, I do like Braker, and I'm just happy to have something new from Cars 3, which, that sounds crazy to say, especially like if you said that a few years ago, it would have been like, what are you talking about? But yeah, no, I really, really do appreciate it. Hopefully 2024 kind of continues. We get some more characters from Cars 3, maybe even from Cars 1 and 2. Obviously, though, that's not extremely realistic. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.